Okay, so we are going to talk about our Topic C quiz. That quiz will be on Monday. So kids are bringing home study guides for the quiz on Monday. So number one has 4 different problems within it. 2 subtraction, 1 addition, 1 multi-step. So our first one, 5 minus 3/10. Now kids can use the arrow way they've been shown. They can use the number line. They can use a number bond. I'm going to show you the number bond. So if we look at it, some kids might be able to think, okay, 3/10, I'm just going to count back. Some might not. So we don't have any fractions to take from. So we break our 5 down to 4, because that's 1 whole less, and 10/10. Then we have 4 and 10/10 minus 3/10. When we subtract our fractions first, 10/10 minus 3/10 equals 7/10, so that is our fractional piece. And then 4 minus 0 wholes is 4, so we have 4 and 7/10. For number 3, number 2, 3 and 5/8 plus 5/6. So we look at it, our denominators are not the same. They are not related, so we're going to have to change both of them. So we could multiply 8 by 6 and get a denominator of 48. That would work. If that's what your child chooses to do, a 48 as a denominator would work. If we look for our least common denominator, well, if I list my 8s, okay, so I have 8, that's not a multiple of 6. 16, that's not a multiple of 6. But 24 is a multiple of 6. So I'm going to turn my 5/8 into 24ths. 8 times 3 equals 24. Whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. So that would be 15 24ths. I'm going to turn my 5/6 into 24ths. 6 times 4 equals 24. Whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. 5 times 4 is 20. So now I have 3 and 15 24ths plus 20 24ths. I'm going to add my fractions first. 15 plus 20 is 35 24ths. Now, when I get to this fraction piece, before, when we weren't dealing with mixed numbers, we could leave it improper. We cannot leave it improper for this one because we can't have a mixed number with an improper fraction. So I need to turn this to a mixed number. Some students are going to be able to look at that and automatically tell you what it is. Others are going to want to go to division, which is fine. 35 divided by 24. 24 can go into 35 one time. 1 times 24 is 24. 35 minus 24 is 11. So that means that my mixed number, I have 1 whole group. I have 11 pieces left over, and it takes 24 pieces to make a whole. So my fraction piece is 1 and 11 24ths. If I look back at my whole numbers, I have 3 plus 0 whole numbers. So this would be 3 plus 1 and 11 24ths, which is going to be 4 and 11 24ths. I'm going to get another piece of paper to do this one because we're kind of running out of space. 11 and 2/3 minus 7 and 3/4. So same thing. Our denominators are not the same and they're not related, so we need to change both of them. So for this one, it does work to multiply them together. But if we list our multiples of 4, 4, not a multiple of 3. 8, not a multiple of 3. But 12 is a multiple of 3. So I can turn my 2/3 into 12ths and my 3/4 into 12ths. 3 times 4 equals 12. Whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. 2 times 4 equals 8. 4 times 3 equals 12. Whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. 3 times 3 equals 9. So now I have 11 and 8/12 minus 7 and 9/12. Okay, so I want to do my fractions first, but I can't do 8/12 minus 9/12, which means I'm going to have to regroup. I'm going to need to rename something. So my 11, I can break down into 10 wholes and 12 12ths. So this is very similar to the first problem we did. We just have to do an extra step. Because now I have 10, 12 12ths, 8 12ths. So I need to take these 2 fractions and add them together. So now I have 10 and 20 12ths minus 7 and 9 12ths. Now this is improper. It can't be improper in my final answer, but it's okay for it to be improper right now because we're not finished with it. Because now I can do my fractions. 20 twelfths minus 9 twelfths is 11 twelfths. 10 minus 7 is 3. So my answer is 3 and 11 twelfths. The last one, 2, in parentheses, 2 and 1/6 plus 3, 6 and 1/2 minus 6 and 9/10. So we have an order of operations which tells us I have to do my parentheses first. So I'm not even going to worry with my 6 and 9/10 until I get finished with this. 6 and 2. They're not the same, but they are related because I can very easily turn my 1/2 into sixths. So now I have 2 and 1/6 plus, well, if I look, 1/2, 2 times 3 equals 6, 1 times 3 equals 3. So now this is 6 and 3/6. Well, if I add my fractions, 1/6 plus 3/6 is 4/6. 2 plus 6 is 8. So now I have 8 and 4/6, and then I'm going to subtract 6 and 9/10. My denominators aren't the same, and they're not related, so I need to find something common. 10, not a multiple of 6. 20, not a multiple of 6. But 30 is a multiple of 6. So I need to turn my 4/6 into 30ths, my 9/10 into 30ths. 6 times 5 equals 30. 4 times 5 equals 20. 10 times 3 equals 30. 9 times 3 equals 27. So now I have 8 and 20 30ths minus 6 and 27 30ths. So now I have the same denominator, so I'm ready to start my subtraction. I can't do 20 minus 27, which means I have to rename my 8. So if I break my 8 down, 1 whole less than 8 is 7. The fraction I'm dealing with is 30. I know that 30 30ths make 1 whole. So I know that 7 and 30 30ths has the same value as 8. But now I've got that extra step, because really 8 and 20 30ths we're now saying is 7 and 30 30ths plus 20 30ths. So now I have 7 and 20 plus 30 is 50. 7 and 50 30ths minus 6 and 27 30ths. You can't see that, sorry. So now I'm ready to subtract. Fractions first. 50 minus 27. We have a lot of students still wanting to say 0 minus 7 is 7. So please reinforce, help us with reminding them that we cannot do that. So we have to jump over and borrow a 10. So my 5 jumps to 4. My 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 7 is 3. 4 minus 2 is 2. So 50 30ths minus 27 30ths is 23 30ths. That's proper, and I'm ready to move on. 7 minus 6 is 1. So my answer is 1 and 23 30ths.